From New York, here's TJ Walker.
Progressive Insurance in the news all week long, and it has not been pretty. They are facing a PR disaster, a reputation management crisis of epic proportion. Here are the basic facts. There was a woman who had Progressive Insurance. She was killed by another driver, and Progressive apparently didn't want to pay the $100,000 claim. They said it was the other driver's fault. The family of the woman who died said, well, no, that's not what happened, and their eyewitness account saying the other driver was at fault. They then had to sue the driver to prove that that person was at fault to get the claim. Then, and this part is in dispute, the family claims that they have evidence that Progressive hired an attorney to represent the man who killed the woman, the client of Progressive. And they're like, this is shocking, this is outrageous. Progressive said, no, we didn't do anything like that. Turns out that's a technicality. It may actually be technically true, but a lawyer's services were hired. It became sort of a friend of the other party, and you could definitely make the case that, in fact, they hired an attorney to represent a Progressive client's killer. And this was tweeted by that person's family. Needless to say, this became a PR disaster, and Progressive is still trying to counter this. Here's the big lesson, and I don't hate Progressive, I don't hate insurance companies. Full disclosure, plenty of my clients are insurance companies. But let's face it, if you were going to take a bad stereotype of insurance companies, it would be the idea of they don't want to pay claims, and they'd go to such extremes they would actually represent somebody who killed you to get out of paying. I mean, this is the worst possible caricature of an insurance company, and to many outside observers, the facts suggest in this case the caricature is true. Now, Progressive, frankly, has a pretty good reputation. Their top leaders actually are on sort of the more progressive Democratic side, some of them, in their contributions. So I'm not out to just bash them promiscuously. But this is a disaster. One of the things you've got to ask yourself, if you are a large corporation, if you're a publicly traded corporation, if you're advertising and you have hundreds of thousands or millions of clients, you've got to ask yourself, not just is this legal in the narrowest technical sense, but you got to ask yourself, how is this actually going to look when someone summarizes this to the rest of the world? And I think if the folks at Progressive had done that, they would have decided, you know what, let's just pay the woman $100,000. It's not worth the public humiliation, the tens of millions of dollars of negative publicity we're going to get, because that is what's happened to Progressive so far. What do you think of this whole Progressive situation? Post your comments right here. Also, please subscribe, youtube.com/TJ Walker.